So this week, let's see if I can go to the gym every day this week. And we will see what I do tomorrow.
But then everything went so wrong.
Guys, I don't even know where to start. Well, I guess we can start here. Hey, my name is Sam. Welcome to my channel. As you can see from the beginning, this week's video was supposed to be a lot more fun, a little more vlog style, you know? We have crutches. Ooh, my camera almost fell. Okay, let's take it back to Tuesday. So to start off the day, like, it was already going off to a pretty poor start. I got on the bus, it was super packed, and I was sitting down right. I was fortunate enough to get a seat. And so it finally rolled around to my stop, and I was like, okay, there's a girl like sitting next to me, and I'm like, okay, she's probably gonna get off at this stop because this is where usually all the students get off. So I'm waiting for her to get off, right? And she doesn't move, and I'm like, okay, like I gotta go, like I'm gonna miss my stop, I'm gonna be late for class. So I'm like maneuvering around all these people, and I finally get to the doors, right? And as soon as I get to the doors, they start closing on me, and there's like this much space left, and I'm like, oh my God, like I need to get out now. And somewhere in my brain, like the connections didn't make that I should just like yell to the driver like, hey, can you open the door for me? I'm still trying to get out. Like, no. The only option that I thought was viable was pushing through the doors, jumping out onto the curb. And mind you, I'm wearing these tall ass wedges, like they're about this high. And I love them to death, but they are death traps. So I jump out and I escape unscathed. But my friends are looking at me like, what the hell did you just do? Why did you just jump out? And that should have been some like foreshadowing for me that the day was just gonna be hectic. It was gonna be crazy. So anyway, I got to class, finished my first class, I meet up with my friend, and we're on our way to our second class. And at this point, like the way the ground is at UNC, it's cobblestone or brick, like I'm not really sure, but it's a little uneven, I could say. And so I'm already stumbling around, right? Like, okay, like it's fine. This happens all the time. I'll be fine. So I get to my second class, go through it, I'm done. So I go out the back stairs, right? And whoever designed these back stairs,
I have a bone to pick with you.
Why would you make them so freaking steep? Who is gonna walk downstairs that look like this? Like, I may as well just slide down them. Anyway, I'm going down them. I'm holding the rail because God knows how steep those those steps are. Not the rails, the steps. They're so steep. So I'm going down it and I'm like, okay, like, all right. And all of a sudden I feel like my right foot just flop on me. It turns. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like it's happening again, because this definitely happened to me in 8th grade. It was not fun. It was not a fun time. So I feel my right foot turning, and in my brain, in that split second that I'm turning, the only thing that I can think of to do, I'm like, jump, just jump. What? Who thinks of that? Who thinks just jump down the remaining stairs in your tall ass wedge and you'll be okay? Like, not a sane person. My brain cells literally evacuated the building. They were gone. I don't know them anymore. So I jump and collapse in a heap at the bottom of the stairs. And now that I think about it, me jumping was actually good because my ankle was turning, and if I had finished turning, it probably would have snapped. It probably would have broke, and I would have been in surgery. And by jumping, it like forced my ankle to just like go midair, obviously, because it can't stay behind on the step. And so I land on a heap. Oh my God, there are so many students walking around and they're just staring at me, like sitting in a heap on the ground, looking at my foot like, oh my God, I messed up so badly. My TA is looking at me like, what did you do? My friend is looking at me like, oh my God, you're on the ground. And I'm sitting there like, cool. I felt like Jake Peralta. I was like, cool, really cool, love that. And I don't know what to do. Because I know something's wrong, but part of my brain's like, maybe nothing's wrong. Maybe you're okay. Maybe you're superwoman and got out of it just fine. So my TA helps me up. My friend's grabbing on my stuff, and I try to put weight on my foot, and I'm like, hell no. Heck no. This is not happening. No weight is going on this foot. I couldn't. So they take me to this tutoring room and I'm lying down. My TA has gone to get me ice, bless him, because like I did not know what to do. Like I'm calling my parents. I'm like, hey guys, so like, you know how I twisted my ankle in the 8th grade? Yeah, I did it again, but it's the other ankle. And unsurprisingly, they're concerned and also like, why did you do this? How did you do this? And I'm like, you know what? I don't know, but like, I'll talk to you guys again when I get more details. So I call my roommate. Thank God this happened on a Tuesday because she only has 1 class. So I call my roommate. She is like, oh my God, like I'm on my way. My other friend is like, also, we're not letting you out in those wedges. We're switching shoes. So Morgan, if you see this, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I end up calling a shuttle to take me and my roommate to Campus Health. And she steals a wheelie chair to get me out of the building because God knows I cannot walk properly. So we finally get to Campus Health and it's packed. So I get there and they're like, there's gonna be a long wait time. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're waiting there. Like the sports med people are a little less packed. So like, okay, we think we can take you in like a little bit. So I'm sitting there and like, for me, the way I am is like, if I'm panicking and I'm in public, like I gotta like bring some humor into the situation. I gotta crack some jokes, some bad jokes, some self-deprecating jokes. I gotta make jokes to like keep my mind off of it. So I'm making these terrible jokes. I'm like also on WebMD, like trying to search like,
is my ankle broken? Is it sprained? Like, am I gonna need surgery? Am I gonna need a boot?
My brain's like, oh my God, you're gonna have to pay money and go to the hospital. It's like going into overdrive. It's thinking of like the worst case scenarios. I just went to the hospital months ago for anaphylaxis. If you guys want a story time on that, by the way, like just leave me a comment down below because I will gladly do, because that was a whole ride. Like we thought this was bad. That was way worse. I thought I was gonna die. I'm there on WebMD and they're saying like, you know, if it's sprained, you're gonna feel pain. I definitely felt pain and I have never been gladder to feel pain in my entire life. But also like a part of me is like, but what if it's fractured? What if it's broken? And I'm like, oh, you might be right. Basically, I'm a mess. So we finally make it into the room. The student doctor comes in. He's like poking around on my foot. I'm like, this is not fun. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. And he's like, okay, like, I think you're sprained. I think it's just a sprain. And I'm like, cool. Do I get crutches? Because I know, like, I know me. I cannot put weight, all of my weight on that foot. And he's like, I don't think you'll need crutches. Like, I think you'll be okay. And like, no disrespect to him because he was really nice. But I was just really shook and I was like, you're not gonna give me crutches? You're not gonna give me something to support myself while my foot's busted? And so I'm like, okay, you're the doctor here. And he's like, we're gonna bring in the actual doctor. I'm sorry if that's offensive. Like, I don't know what else to call it. The actual doctor. He comes in, he comes to the same diagnosis? You know what I mean? He comes to the same conclusion, but he's like, hey, I think we're gonna give you some crutches. And I'm like, crutches? I like. And so basically after that, I get my crutches. These have been they've been my support team these past few days. These are my ride or dies as of now, like my homies. So I get crutches, I get a compression sock, you know, just to ease the swelling. They're like, keep icing it, keep taking Advil, it should go away in a week. And if it doesn't, well then you better hightail it back here. And I'm like, cool, okay, that's great. Like, so I take the shuttle with my roommate, we go back to the dorms. I am exhausted, like physically exhausted because it was super freaking hot. I'm mentally exhausted just from the stress of the whole situation. And I'm sitting there in my dorm and I'm like, okay, I have an exam tomorrow. I can't get out of that. But everything else this week, I definitely don't have anything going on. So I'm like, I put my thinking cap on, you know? For once today, or not today, but that day, for once that day, I put my thinking cap on. I was like, all right, let's be smart about this. So I'm thinking, and I'm like, here's an idea. I could go home and recover. That's not a bad idea. So fast forward the next day, I take my exam and I take my cripple sorry behind home because there was no way I was gonna survive going to classes for the rest of the week on these babies and my busted ankle. There was no way. To cap it off, I'm home. I'm chilling, I'm icing, I'm Adviling, I'm hobbling around on my crutches, which by the way, if you guys want to name them, drop some names down in the comments because I think it would be cool to name them. I'll only have them for a couple more days, hopefully. But I still think we should name them. So if you have a name for them, drop them down below. Yeah. Man, those wedges, there was something about them that made you feel powerful and confident and tall. And for a girl who is like barely 5'3", God, being 5'5" is a dream in those wedges. But we're not going to be wearing them anytime soon because of this fiasco. Not a good time. Straight up not having a good time. Straight up was not having a good time. That's cool. Thank you guys for watching this story time. I really didn't expect this to happen. Freshman year, literally, it's not even half the semester yet, and like literally this has gone wrong. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. My pain became a story time. Hopefully I'll have a much more fun video for you guys next week. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble and rant and just explain all of this. I not think this is gonna happen, but here we are. So anyway, thank you for listening. I will see you guys next week in my new video. Bye.